Is physical beauty good karma? And well, what do you think?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question.
From darkness to light. In this video, I'm going to tell you why I believe that any karma, even so-called good karma, is bad karma. Welcome to Unfiltered. If you're into Eastern philosophy, Indian philosophies, yoga, you believe in reincarnation, you believe that consciousness is irreducible, then please do subscribe because there's not that many channels like this out there. So in my last video, which you can go up here and check out, I made the point in the video that physical beauty is a sign of quote-unquote good karma. And then so a friend of mine in the chat and on Messenger was like, well, wait a second, first of all, we're not supposed to be our bodies, we're supposed to be spiritual beings, and so how can you say that, you know, having a material body, what to speak of having a beautiful material body, is good karma? And she's right and she's wrong. So I always refer to a book called the Bhagavad Gita. If you've never read the Bhagavad Gita, I really recommend you do. It changed my life back in 1993 and I've read it every day practically ever since. The classic of classics, the book spoken supposedly by God himself to humanity. So the principle of karma, you know, what goes around comes around, is explained in the Bhagavad Gita, but specifically, like, it doesn't mention that physical beauty is a sign of so-called good karma. Now, there's another text that I often refer to and that I also read a lot, which is less famous but not any less important, which is called the Srimad Bhagavatam. And in there's a section where a famous queen called Queen Kunti offers these really famous, for those who know, prayers to Lord Krishna. So in those prayers, she mentions four items that are symptomatic of quote-unquote good karma. And one of them, aside from, you know, an aristocratic birth, a high education, a lot of money, she mentions physical beauty as one of those symptoms of quote-unquote good karma.
Can you define good karma, please?
Define good karma.
I'm willing to listen to the answer too.
Well, I would say good karma is like, well, that's the question. What is karma? So the principle is like what you do in one life, you know, reincarnation, comes back to you in your next life in some sort of result.
Okay.
So some people make the claim that, you know, like being rich or being physically beautiful.
It's your reward?
Yeah, exactly. It's your reward. So what do you think of that?
Okay, I think physical beauty gets you through the first step of recognition, whereas you see a person, okay, they look appealing to you, so you approach them. And then, but it has absolutely nothing to do with good karma. I think good behavior, good social and moral beliefs and standards, they make a person a good person or a decent, like, I don't know what good, I can't define good, but they make of a person someone who deserves good karma.
And you?
I actually don't believe in reincarnation or any kind of superstitions, so to me good karma doesn't exist. Okay. You get what you deserve.
Well, that sort of settles the conversation.
Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it.
So why is good karma bad karma? Well, here I'm going to quote the Bhagavad Gita one more time. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that this world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, which means it's temporary and full of misery. In another place, the Bhagavad Gita claims that this is a place of repeated birth and death. So if karma is what binds us to having to take birth again and again in this cycle of reincarnation, then even if you do something quote-unquote good and come back in your next body and have a really beautiful body, for example, you're still stuck in a cycle of birth and death, which by definition sucks. And so therefore the conclusion is that on the material platform, quote-unquote good karma may give you more material happiness, and that's okay, but it's temporary, and ultimately it's binding. And for that reason, any karma, including so-called temporary quote-unquote good karma, is bad karma in the greater scheme of things.